Hey, what is going on, y'all? I've been meaning to play a proper control deck in Explorer here, so this is what I've come up with for today. We're playing Esper. Blue-white is the more popular, accepted version, but I think that's a little too boring, and also you kind of need several 3-4 absorbs for that deck, and that is a rare that I do not want to craft, as it is pretty much only good in this deck, and it's, very annoying 3-mana counterspell game 3 life. It's just not a fun, inviting card to play, though blue-white control isn't anyway, so what do I know? Anyway, we've got some more fun 3-mana spells here to play. We've got some Kaidos, which we know is good from Standard. Also trying out some Nimble Larcenists, which is an interesting new Capenna card in my opinion. So 3-mana 2/1 flyer. Enters the battlefield, you exile an artifact, instant, or sorcery from your opponent's hand. And you get to see their hand, of course. So reasonable tech for the control mirror, I think, and also should be a discard something, gain however much life when this blocks against most of the creature decks, so it shouldn't be terrible. Also, only 2 of them, so we're not going to be flooded with those when we're getting overrun by mono red. Also have some Obscura Charms for a versatile best of 1 card here. Would not recommend this for best of 3, as you would have something more specialized, but best of 1 where you can be up against anything, I think this is reasonable. So also from New Capenna, you can choose 1, return a multicolored permanent with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped, and that's also part of why we have Nimble Larcenist. It is a pretty good multicolored permanent to return, also good with Kaido, of course. And then it can also counter an instant or sorcery, or it can destroy a creature or planeswalker with mana value 3 or less, so going to get something out of this against any deck, so I think it's worth trying out here. Also 1 Void Rend to destroy your opponent's Teferi here of Dominaria. Pretty much just 3-mana removal against creature decks is not terribly good, but it does kill Greasefang, which is what you want your removal spells to be able to do, and all the removal spells in this deck do that. We have March of Otherworldly Light, just very powerful, probably the best control removal spell in Explorer. Some Heartless Act for pretty general stuff. We don't play Fatal Push because we're not good at getting Revolt. Yeah, that's most of it. Wandering Emperor is another removal spell, so it might look like we're a little light here with only, what is it? 3+3+2 is 8 removal spells, but we also have the Wandering Emperor to make it 12, and then we also have 6 sweepers up here between Farewell to get rid of all our opponent's fun toys, artifacts, creatures, enchantments, and or graveyards, and Depopulate as the sweeper of choice over Shatter the Sky or Doomscar. There's lower mana cost than Doomscar, pretty straightforward, and every deck that you're going to want to cast your sweepers against is going to have creatures with power 4 or greater. Not all of them are going to have multicolored creatures, so I think we go with Depopulate is a pretty clear choice there. And we've got, the standard, generally accepted control, very good cards of Narset, Part of Veils, stops your opponents from drawing extra cards, draws a couple extra cards for you. Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, absolute domination on the battlefield to draw an extra card and make 2 extra mana every turn he's down, also being a removal spell, and his ultimate wins the game. Shark Typhoon, of course, free attacker and or blocker, that also draws a card. It's just really fantastic value and very strong finisher if you get to cast it for 6. We're on 32 lands plus 3 Jwaris, so shouldn't get stuck on lands terribly often. We also have the Omen of the Sea to smooth out our draws in the early game a little bit. Plenty of utility here. We've got Naganjo, we've got Castle Vantress, we've got Castle Ardenvale, make some dudes, scry stuff. We've got some very good creature lands in Hall of the Storm Giants and High of the Eye Tyrant to be difficult to interact with and exile the graveyard. Very powerful stuff. Takanuma can bring us back a good Planeswalker. And then a bunch of multicolored lands here, so we can cast our 3-color stuff without much issue. Might be too many tapped lands. It's a little difficult to cast a 2-mana spell on turn 2 here with all the slow lands, but I'm not sure it's really worth playing many different lands. We're a control deck, so you don't want to pay too much life, or the creature decks will run over, so you can't play too many shocks. You might just exchange a couple of these for pathways, wouldn't be too bad. How many untapped lands on 2 do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, so half of them. I guess I've just been a little bit unlucky. Castles are usually untapped on 2. I guess the blue one a lot more than the white one because we have 3 watery graves. But yeah, we are controlling, we draw a bunch of cards, we stop our opponent from doing stuff, and we play big Planeswalkers to win the game. Got one Ashiok here as well, just could be a 4th to parry Hero of Dominaria if you don't have or want Ashiok, but I think Ashiok's pretty cool, so we're going to play him here. Ultimate should win the game, not quite as reliably as Teferi's. Make some attackers, kind of similar to the Wandering Emperor. Might just be worse than the Wandering Emperor, to be honest, but it's a cool card, so we're playing it. Anyway, that's the deck. Let's go try it out. Oh, yeah, and can't forget, we are a Yorion deck, so we have 80 cards. That's why we can play 35 lands and play all the useful stuff that a control deck could possibly want, and a low deck of making our draws slightly less consistent at finding those cards that we're going to find anyway. And we get to play the free 4/5 flyer for 5 that gets value out of Omen of the Sea and Wandering Emperor, and occasionally your other Planeswalkers as well. Also, Wombo combo with Nimble Larcenist. You get to discard again. Pretty solid. And Yorion is a finisher all on its own. Just good stuff. Let's go. Oh, the gas one anyway. Really? Okay, well, I think we're going to destroy that one. Well, what are we going to do about second Garter off? Doesn't tap for Wandering Emperor to take it out. I guess we'll try and find something with Narset.
I train every day. No, meditate and prepare.
Yeah, Farewell's too slow. Take a Heartless Act. Upkeep Scry. So this is almost certainly a land. Alright, nice. Kill Narset, still gets got.
Much to learn.
Guess we want to take the safe play and just Heartless Act this Gargaroth here. Might cycle this Shark to try and find land. Opponent's really got nothing though, so we should be alright here. As long as we hit this land drop to play to parry. There we go.
Sorry, hurry.
Main phase Scry.
I won't let you win. Hold that thought.
Okay, so we have some options. We have 6+2 mana available here. So we can Nimble Arsonist and untap and have Wandering Emperor open. Guess I could play tapped lands and still do that. This might get something, might just block well. Those are some cards you can play. Alright, fair enough. Not sure what they think they're doing in Simic, trying to barely play Omniscience, but can't imagine what else they'd be doing. Not playing Sultai or anything for Emergent Ultimatum. Confusing. That land thing might be a bit of an issue. I have to go over the mana base again, but this should be okay. Be a lot better if we had Heartless Act available on too. Or Omen. Like, sort of get mega punished for not being able to Heartless Act this. I guess we can still Obscure Charm it next turn. It's fine. Natural Esper. This card's partly on. It's just Esper Greasefang then. On fancy budget lands. We discard land with their Connive, so we can still Heartless Act the Shredder. Though, of course, with the Firelion in the bin, we want to have our removal up for Greasefang. Pass off with removal or Omen of the Sea up. Ledger Shredder as a 1/3, not killing me anytime soon. Guess they think I play a lot more counter spells than I actually do. I want land, please. Yes, that works. That is a bit better. Actually, I think I'm just playing the Jwari tapped this turn. Yeah. Hold up Obscure Charm Omen again. Next turn, maybe we can play a 3-mana spell and a 2-mana spell. Which is why I played the Jwari this turn rather than the untapped land. Let's kill the Greasefang before they have a chance to see more cards. They know we have the removal spell anyway, as long as they've read this card. Really can't stay away. Well, I guess we can Wandering Emperor and hope to draw a sweeper. Or no, if we have to draw a sweeper anyway, we should play Narset.
If you wish to surrender
No, but then we're just dead.
I
Yeah.
understand.
Alright.
I
Other
am
Heartless
just a trick
Act. Dobin
prince.
Speedo, that works. As long as they don't have another Greasefang in hand. Always have it. Some sort of control mirror. I think this is okay. That makes it significantly better. That is also a good card for the control mirror. Life total not likely to matter, so we chunk that in. So we have Jwari, Omen, or Vito up here. I'll take a land. Of course, need a sweeper against blue-white control. We have 2 untapped lands now, so I can play untapped here. Don't really want to take the counter shields down though. If we get a Wandering Emperor in, and that would be annoying. Maybe I'll go for this though. Now we want 4 mana for Deluge. This is a Plains, right? Yeah. Do have a couple basics here. Which one do I want? Another white source in hand, but I will take the Plains. We definitely need counter spells up on the Teferi turn, so I'm not going to Deluge there. Need a Deluge. We still have an Emperor. We'll go for the Omen. Yeah, I like both those cards. This 1/1 Shark's gonna get it done, I'm telling you. I think I'm buying Yorion here. We can discard the Farewell. It's probably not going to do much for us. I think we let that happen. We have 5 going to 6 cards in hand. A bunch of things that are actually going to matter in the long term. Like Narset. Narset stops my Yorion from drawing 2 cards next turn. I think I still want to have the counter shields open though. We'll save it for next turn. Here we can Deluge with counter spell up. Arch. I'm gonna kill my shark. Sure. Got a 2-for-1 with the Shark Typhoon. I'll take it. Still don't want that to happen. Let's deluge into Yorion here. It should find us another counterspell. Well, maybe not. I already threw a good number of them. Ashiok and Castle sounds lovely. Teferi also sounds lovely. I think we play Yorion, because it's the one they know about, and gets 2 cards here, while the others only get 1. Teferi gets 1, Ashiok gets none at the moment. Absorb. Unfortunately, they can pay for the Jwari. The Tef. They got 1 cards though.
I'm not.
We can tuck their Tef.
You know what? I'm not done.
Assuming this resolves anyway. Or we could hardcast a Shark. That's Teferi. Should probably play the land first. Alright, resolves.
Right on schedule.
That away.
You need to take a time out.
The untapped land, in case they have Wandering Emperor or a Shark, we can make a Shark of our own block.
I hope you're ready to lose.
Control players playing around Jwari.
May your
Even more
blood
iconic
strike
duo.
true.
Definitely going to try and save Tef here. Maybe they have another spot in the spell. Deluge in response. Do they find removal? No. Alright. They downtick again, they can probably kill Tef next turn. If they don't, they uptick.
Show them how
So
we
that means
greet
we'll
our
make a
enemies.
blocker off Ashiok. Should be good. And now we can Ashiok into Wandering Emperor.
We need to move quickly. The regrets of the
I think I actually want to minus here.
sweet.
Take out their token. Exile a card from hand. Get to play a creature land. Exile Doomscar, makes sense.
Guards, to me.
Could be annoying.
Evil must not be tolerated.
Don't have the mana to do anything meaningful off the deluge, so no point in getting here. Going to Spyglass Ashiok, probably, as they have their own Teferis. Sure. We have a Void Red to deal with that. Can I get my own Emperor down? I think so. Putting pressure on Karn is meaningful.
Anyone who harms my people must let your blade do the talking.
Can actually
Let's skip to
guarantee
the
to kill
good.
Karn if we attack with the Hall. But then we don't have the ability to counter Yorion. Alright, this takes 6, and we have 2 up. On tap 2 with tap, we have 4 up. So we can Omen of the Sea into nothing. We don't have any counters for Yorion in the deck anyway. Alright, so we might as well kill Karn.
Strike fast and
Don't
strike
want them to
hard.
get another artifact out of the board.
I will be better prepared next time.
Unfortunately, if they plus here, their Wandering Emperor token gets a free attack into mine. Alright, Tef, I think we have to look for that last Owen's Veto here. Well, Thoughtseize would have been nice. Is Heartless Act good enough to keep? Take out their Yorion? I think that's fine. Gives me a meaningful... Oh. They can't cast Yorion this turn with my mana. That's not great.
My responsibility.
Does mean if they tuck my token, we can save our Planeswalker by killing their token.
Time is much more malleable than people think.
Okay. And it is, sure. So we're definitely powering up this hive here. That can take out either Planeswalker.
We need to move quickly.
Guess I'm making a 2-2 with the Emperor. I'm gonna kill their tap for their Emperor. Guess let's see their hand first. Okay, another Emperor means we will kill Tef. Commit seems reasonable. Let's take here.
Really should
Now
have
they-
seen that coming.
Probably want to cast this Doomscar. So maybe I just plus the Emperor this turn. I think that's reasonable.
I have got new moves to teach you.
Okay. not
We
casting
must
Doomscar.
protect the people.
Cast Yorion. They want to change their spyglass.
Back to wandering.
Okay, we both have complete knowledge of the other's hand. Nice. Fateful Absence, my Teferi. Sure. I think we're still deluging here.
That didn't go according to plan.
Do it before they have the opportunity to draw something.
Then guide it like water.
I don't think there's any 2-mana spell they're gonna have here that I want to Dwari. Sure.
Remember
5/6
your
Yorion.
training.
You got it. Yeah, I think depopulate's reasonable here. Guess I'll take another Emperor over a land that does nothing here. They are definitely ahead in creatures at the moment. Depopulate gives us both a card. Let's see, I can depopulate into attack down their Emperor. Which seems like what we want to do. Then we can still draw off the clue. Or a new plan, we can play Narset. We could still theoretically attack with 5.
I know 88 ways to defeat with thoughtfulness before action.
I think I want the Dovin's Veto there. I honestly forgot that wasn't a memory deluge, and thought I could take Dovin's Veto and the other Narset. But yeah, let's take out their Emperor.
Strike fast and strike hard. Still have
Shields
much
down
to
for a
learn.
second. We've got 2 Planeswalkers. They've got nothing. We also have 2 creature lands. Another card.
Until you have lived as a statue, do not talk of my purpose is greater than myself.
Vera statue, which they can cast. Yikes. Upkeep stop for whatever reason.
Keep an open mind.
Alright, that works. And I can take out their artifacts. But not also kill Karn this turn. So I think we're killing Karn this turn. Don't think it matters what we take from the graveyard. Really non-tapped land away from being able to cast this Farewell. Alright, we'll just draw a clue, hold up Veto.
Keep watch for intruders.
Wouldn't want to Farewell artifacts before I get to draw off my clue. I think I let the tap resolve. I really need this Farewell to happen.
I'm known for my excellent timing.
The Unfairness statue is too punishing. Also, I'd love to use my Ashiok again. Just going to take my Samurai. Sure. Tuck my Emperor. Interesting. Sure.
You need to slow down.
In that case, I think I'm playing the other Emperor here, rather than drawing off the clue. Because then that can help attack down this Teferi.
I'm not overconfident. You're just underwhelming. Let your blade do the talking.
Yes, they could Wandering Emperor there to save Teferi. They
You
don't.
should have seen that
You could
coming.
also Wandering Emperor the Hive if I try and power that up. So I can do this with Dovin's Veto up, yep. Yeah. No, it's not worth trying to get the clue. Let's just cast it. Artifacts. We're up on enchantments at the moment, so just artifacts. Oh, we can clue and Dovin's Veto, huh? Holding full control. Counter the absorb. Auto pay. Draw off my clue. Farewell. I can now activate Ashiok again. Deactivate full control.
Keep watch for intruders.
Here we go. I'm probably just gonna Doomscar here, but that's a lot of mana they have to use. Third one, huh?
Faced worse than the likes of you.
Be able to ruin the Hive. Sure. I think I have one more basic. I still have my basic island in there. That is why we have 3 basics. Not that this one really matters, but the earlier 2 did.
Stand down.
They're getting some frozen artifact. Cataclysmic Gear Hulk. Okay. Wandering Emperor.
You started this fight, but I'm.
So I
May
can
your
kill both their
blade strike
Planeswalkers. I think I'm also just hitting them with the Hall of the Storm Giants, huh? Is it worth marching this token? I think so.
Remember your training.
See, I think I'm keeping Ashiok, yeah, with all those things they have in exile. When they cast the Cataclysmic Gearhulk, that is. So it means I can only keep 1 Planeswalker, 1 creature, 1 enchantment. So I'm keeping Ashiok, so we'll go up. If I was going to keep the Emperor, I could minus Ashiok here, get back an Omen, which isn't a terrible play. But I think Ashiok's more valuable, especially since we already have creatures. And are out of resources. Could also play second Narset. I think I'd rather have second Narset afterwards. Just let the Gear Hulk up in. We can deluge this turn. Do I want a Vigilance token or an Ashiok token? Probably doesn't matter. Looks like I'm finally going to play this Jwari as a land. It's possible I should... Oh, they still have a land drop. Yeah, I definitely should have deluged in response to theirs. But it's okay. Going to kill my Ashiok token. Their own Jwari. Alright, you got me.
Those who cannot pursue hone your prowess.
Attack for 8.
Creeping, thieving progeny.
And we're just playing the Emperor this turn to try and push lethal. Need something to remove the Hive, which is either the Hall of Storm Giants, which is either another Field of Ruin or 4+ mana. And yeah, can't draw because of Narset. We're playing Narset, we should probably know this, but can't really blame them. Narset's hard. Alright, and we got him. Question is, did the black cards help us, or did the creature lands help us? I think the answer is almost certainly the creature lands. Without the Hive and the Hall of Storm Giants allowing us to more easily kill their Planeswalkers, that would have been a much tougher game. The opponent notably been through more than half their deck. We have not seen any creature lands, only Field of Ruins, so they might want to work on that. Yeah. Almost half an hour, yikes. And mono red. Maybe we'll get them with Doge's Veto. Never know. Okay, looks like they're on the spell heavy version. Looks like pretty good chance we'll get something with Doge's Veto. This is where Absorb really looks good. Okay, Wandering Ripper is not bad. Let's try and get something with the Arsonist here. Hopefully they have spells left. Or they're just going to cast both of them. 25. Alright. Still with a guard. Not bad. Still blocks the Lava Runner. This could be a deal 3, so can't take the chance. I think we still gain life off the Emperor here. That's it, exiles, and then we gain life.
I hope you're ready to lose.
Nice. Alright, should be in a decent
You are
spot.
not much of a roadblock.
And the Gonjo can take out the Den of the Bugbear. We're definitely just supposed to make a 2/2 here, though.
I guess that's that. Guards, to me.
Can also Shark Typhoon to get rid of the Den of the Bugbear. Also just blocks with our 2/2. Don't find the lands. No pressure. Shit. Kaido is pretty sweet here. I think we're fine attacking with both here.
With the right tools, now, what do we have here?
Yeah, we're racing. Okay, down to 3. It is very rough. So now we cannot attack with both. I guess we still have removal. Trade. Got a lot of deal threes in our
Thanks.
deck.
I'll be taking that now.
Let's
I
try
have
and
practiced
find
against
something.
many foes. Meditate and prepare.
It's gotta be the Wandering Emperor, right? Gaining life is important here.
Feel the energy of battle.
I only
then
priority
guide
with
it
1,
like water.
which means they have another play with fire. So putting the counter on the 2/2 doesn't go well. Let's do this. Yeah, face.
Keep watch for intruders.
Alright, now I can hold up the Dovin's Veto in case they find the deal 3. So we get sit
I
first.
have just the trick for this.
Heartless Act is good if they have an attacker that's not on pressure. So take that. We're putting the counter on Vigilance and get damage through it.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
Have Dovin's Veto to stop any burn spells they might
I know
have.
something you don't know.
And pass. See, if I use the castle, I take down Dovin's Veto, so I can't do that. Another Dovin's Veto. Alright, living on the edge. The Heartless Axe, we're not afraid of the den.
There's no secret I can't uncover.
By exiling my 2/2 here, getting 3 would be a pretty big help, but killing them a turn faster is probably just as good.
May your blade strike.
Guess we play the Larcenist now. We can present lethal for next turn. We have to power up the den. they can see. This Ramanap Ruins would have killed us there. Right, exactly Ramanap Ruins. We do not have an answer to. Which Mono Red usually plays 4 of, so we did get fairly lucky there. But we did have the tools, they didn't like horrendously run out of gas, so call it a win. Alright, and we're back. How did that go? We went 3-1, pretty good rate. Got up against Greasefang, and they had everything, which will happen in this removal check meta. Let's see. Arsonist also notably can exile a Parhelion from their hand, so not horrible there either. Let's see what else. Is black worth it? Probably not, but if you don't want to play absorbs, this is a pretty reasonable control deck. I think it felt pretty good all through there. I would probably get rid of the Thoughtseize. Mono red is too common in best of 1, so, and it's not like that good in control, to be honest. It's fine, but I'd probably rather have like the other 2 Deluges, perhaps, or something along those lines. Maybe an extra Kaido. Only really got to see Kaido against Mono Red, which is not really the matchup he's there for, but did quite a bit of work there. We would not have won that game without drawing all those extra cards, so pretty solid. And we do create bodies well enough for Kaido to consistently draw cards, so I think Kaido's reasonable here. Ashiok, as I mentioned in the beginning, probably worse than 4th Teferi Hero Dominaria, but you can have both on the battlefield at the same time, which we did, which is, of course, a benefit. Shark Typhoon was great. 3 Dovin's Veto was really good, even against the Mono Red there. We got a good hit off of it. Kept us alive. Even the super aggressive decks in this format do have targets for Dovin's Veto. They're not like straight creatures like Winota was back then. It's Mono Red, so you can get Embercleave, you can get Stomp, there's all sorts of things. In Greasefang, you can get their Can't Stay Away, you can get Fable of the Mirror Breaker, Dovin's Veto is just great. And of course, against the mid-rangey and control stuff, you can get Planeswalkers. I think we had a reasonable amount of removal here. Maybe worth noting that I'm not playing the black sweepers. Meathook is too slow against most of this format. You really need to be able to kill 3 toughness creatures on turn 3 or 4 at the latest, and Meathook does not do that unless you're ramping a lot. Depopulate does. Same thing with Languish. What if your opponent plays something with 5 toughness? Then you're screwed. Like they put their Embercleave on their Torbrand, and then you can't do anything. So I think Depopulate's pretty good here. The only time it drew the opponent a card, it also drew us a card because the Nimble Arsonist also draws a card off Yorion, which is decent. It does not draw us a card off of Shark Typhoons, which is notable, whereas Shadow the Sky does. If you hardcast the Shark, then you get a 4/4 Shark off of your sweeper and then draw a card, or you can make a 4/4 Shark, but these are never multicolored. It's worth noting. Yeah, Narsa was great, Ominous was great, the removal spells we have were fine. Shwari, I mean, it looked bad against control there, but that's not really what it's for. It's a 2-mana 1/1. Like, it's more Heartless Acts, essentially, that are also lands in most cases. Like, your opponent's playing creatures, they play their 2 or 3 mana creature on turn 2 or 3, and then you Shwari Disruption it, and then you stay alive long enough to get your game plan going. That's really what it's there for. Not supposed to be a counter spell, like Dovin's Veto or Obscure Charm. Obscure Charm did, don't think we really played it tonight. I cast it a few times when I was testing yesterday, and it seemed pretty reasonable. But obviously you can replace this with any sort of 2 or 3 mana interactive spell if you so desire. Mana base was pretty good. Did get a bit unlucky with the town plans starting off, but worked out okay. Farewell, of course, was great. Stops all sorts of strategies from existing in this format. Very good against Greasefang, getting their artifacts in graveyards. Just good stuff. stops enchantment-based synergy stuff if that were ever to happen here. Yeah, I had fun with this. Thanks for watching.